In the land of East lies the state of Bengal, a region known for its poetry, rivers, and deep rooted traditions. Among its many cultural treasures is Kantha embroidery, a craft born from necessity and everyday life.
ये कांथा जो है ये एक इंडिया के बहुत पुराना एक घराना है। इस घराना रहेगा, कुछ नहीं होगा इसका। सब लोग हैं, ये रहेगा।
The traditional folk art was popular in Bengal, and the word itself meant patched cloth, and has been especially used in quilting since its early days. In fact, it is believed that the word kantha is derived from the Sanskrit word kantha, meaning rugs. The thought behind this needlework was to reuse old clothes and materials and turn them into something new. Kantha embroidery designs were practiced by people from all social backgrounds. This is what makes Kantha's rich history one of its kind. Shantiniketan has always been a place of making. Within this landscape, Kantha is not produced in isolation. It grows alongside routine. Homes become workspaces, needles move between conversation and shared moments. What is stitched here carries the imprint of where it comes from. Before Kantha reaches studios, stores, or exhibition, its journey begins here. The process begins with the design. Motifs are first drawn on paper or directly on cloth, often inspired by nature and everyday life. Once finalized, the design is traced. The paper is pricked with the needle, creating tiny perforations. This sheet is placed over the fabric, and a mixture of kerosene and colored powder is gently rubbed across the surface, transferring the pattern as a dotted outline. The fabric is then stretched tightly onto a wooden frame, keeping the surface even for long hours of work. Stitching begins with a simple running stitch. The outlines are defined first, followed by a filling stitch that slowly builds the texture and the form. When the embroidery is complete, the fabric is removed from the frame. It is washed to remove tracing marks. What emerges after that is not just a textile, but the result of patience, precision, and time.
मैं थर्ड जनरेशन हूँ इस काम में, मेरे घर के काम में। मैंने बचपन से देखा है माँ को, मौसी को, मामा लोगों को काम करते हुए। तो उसके बाद से मुझे यही चीज़ में इंटरेस्ट जगा कि मुझे भी ये चीज़ करना है, मुझे और सीखना है। चीज़ें हर बारी में कुछ चीज़ नहीं करना है, ये चीज़ सिखाते हैं। तो जैसे एक साड़ी हो गया, टसर का होता है, कॉटन का होता है, सिल्क का होता है, वो तकरीबन बनने में 6 महीने लगते हैं। तो 6 महीने में तो हम लोग को वेट भी करना होता है कि हाँ एक चीज़ बन के आएगा, और हर बारी में चीज़ ख़राब होते हैं। तो मटेरियल्स बहुत सारे हैं, मटेरियल्स हम बहुत सारे यूज़ करते हैं। उसके बाद थ्रेड्स के कलर्स हैं, वो भी देखना होता है, वो भी सीखने वाली चीज़ है कि कौन से कलर में कौन सा कलर मैच करेगा। क्योंकि हाँ एक चीज़ इतने मेहनत से बनाओ, उसके बाद मार्केट में सेल होता है, तो खुशी बहुत होता है अंदर से।
As Kantha moves beyond the village, it arrives in Kolkata, a city shaped by craft, trade, and constant movement. Here, embroidery enters a different rhythm. Studios, stores, workshops, and markets become part of its journey. Kolkata has long been a meeting point between tradition and commerce, hard work and design. It is where Kantha is adapted, curated, and introduced to a wider audience.
I'm Farah Khan, the founder of the Kantha store. I had been working on Kantha for about 2 decades now, and I started working on Kantha at a time when it was not considered fashionable. People thought it's a very simple and boring art, more suitable for elderly women. And people said it is not something which will be embraced by younger generation. But I found that Kantha was as beautiful as any other embroidery, and I had a lot of faith in the artisans and the skill of making Kantha. These artisans, especially who are second generation and third generation artisans, they are born designers. They know so much about creating beautiful stories with their traditional motifs, and sometimes they come up with much better designs than even a design student. For example, lotus is considered a very auspicious motif, and it has a lot of religious significance. And there are some motifs like paisleys, then fish motifs, there are mandalas. All these motifs are very ancient, very old. So we started working on those motifs also, and we still, keep those motifs. But people are done with seeing lot of traditional 100 and 200-year-old motifs. Now the newer generation wants to see something different, something new. So we've brought in lot of contemporary designs, lot of abstract designs, and lot of geometrical patterns in our work. Kantha has become popular in every corner of India, and not just in India, but all over the world. I had been doing exhibitions in every country in Europe, US, UK, and Canada.
The city does not replace the craft's origin, but extends them. Designers reinterpret it, retailers give it visibility, and buyers connect with its story.
We always want someone to listen to us, our stories, our grievances. Whether we are in cities or in villages, we all go through the same emotional turmoil. And the, biggest thing what I think I could do to my women artisans is give them a sense of community living. When Kantha is done, they don't practice it sitting alone. They sit together in groups of 10, 15, and 20, which makes them feel a part of a community. They get together and share their day-to-day stories of happiness, joy, and sometimes sorrows. And this issue of loneliness is completely finished. Not only that, they feel together, they feel a part of the community, they feel empowered.
धनुकुल बार राखियो लाया